When my brother John asked me to be the best man in his wedding, I was like, of course, man, because you've always been there for me. Like when I was in rehab. And like that time I couldn't find my car. Because John has always been the dependable one, and I've always been the screwed up one. Right, Dad? Why can't you be more like your brother? John would never beat up his landlord. But newsflash, Pop, John ain't so perfect. Remember that time when we were in Puerto Rico and we picked up those two, well, I guess they were prostitutes, but I don't remember paying. No, but seriously, everyone, my name's Mike, and it's a great honor to give this speech at my brother's wedding. My brother and I have always had a pretty good relationship. When we were younger, I would always copy him. If he were wearing Hulk Hogan pajamas, I was rocking the Ultimate Warrior. If he was singing in the basement to Michael Jackson, I was in the back watching, practicing my leg kick. Then we started to get older, and we still always got along pretty well. It's weird because the most fights we have ever been in have taken place on a trampoline. With John's face painted and me with underwear on my head. I know, it sounds weird. I mean, I think the worst name John has ever called me was Fruit Booty. Now it's crazy because John has grown up so fast. I mean, other than the fact that he still watches professional wrestling religiously, and he just stopped trick-or-treating, I think it was last year. But that's what I admire about him. No matter how old he gets, he'll never be too old to have a good time. But tonight isn't only about John, it's about the joining of two families. I remember the first time I met Mandy. Let me set the scene for you. Me and my brother went over to my cousin's house, Scott Ryan's, drinking, of course. We were in the basement. John was standing near the computer and Mandy was sitting on the couch with her friend. We were listening to some music and then Bon Jovi came across the speakers. It was like slow motion as I looked at John reciting every word of the song and Mandy staring at him with stars in her eyes. It went something like this. This Romeo is bleeding, but you can't see his blood. It's nothing but some feelings that this old dog kicked up. And the rest is history. I know, Mandy, you dreamed of having Bon Jovi sing at your wedding, but I was all you could afford. Mandy and me are like arch enemies when we drink. I'm always pushing her or arguing with her, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe because she's like a big sister to me, and I love her like a sister. She's always there for me to have a heart-to-heart with, and she really does give me a lot of good advice. I'm so glad that John knows every lyric to every song ever made because I couldn't imagine him having a better wife. You guys are going to raise a great family one day. I can picture the kid now with long curly hair and big wireframe glasses. I feel bad for the kid. He's going to grow up listening to Bon Jovi and Rob Zombie. But hey, at least he'll grow up with a phenomenal DVD collection. So now it's my job to be the best man at John and Mandy's wedding. I think to myself, how am I supposed to be the best man? How can I be better than John? He was better at most things, mowing the lawn, remembering to take out the trash. He was the perfect kid. Me and Maria were the troublemakers. I mean, if John was an only child, I think my dad right now would still have as much hair as he did in high school. If John's life were a movie, then you wouldn't be able to write a better script. He goes to a good college, meets a pretty girl, gets a good job, buys a house, and gets married. I think, how am I supposed to be better than that? Maybe by taking after him. I look up to my brother more than anyone in the entire world. He's taught me how to grow up the right way, and he didn't even have to say a word. I trust him more than anyone I know, and I know he's always got my back in any situation. Watching him grow up so fast and being so happy, even now grown up, I want to copy him by following in his footsteps. So tonight we celebrate this joyous occasion. John and Mandy, it is your night, and we will celebrate it with an open bar, dude! If you all out there think we're all alcoholics, yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man. So let's get sour on some krauts, because tonight the beer flows like wine, and the beautiful women instinctively flock like the salmon at Capistrano. Because we're going to have an awesome time, and you know it! So everybody raise your glasses to John and Mandy Manfrey, and to many years of health, happiness. Salud. Now, John, get up here because brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our matron of honor and our best man.